The visitor at midnight. It was a night like any other in Umudim village. Quiet, save for the whispering trees and the rhythmic tapping of rain on rooftops. Mrs. Ifeoma had just finished her evening prayer, tying her wrapper tightly as she blew out the last candle. Then came the knock, 3 sharp taps. At 12:03 a.m., she froze. Another knock, louder this time. Cautiously, she stepped to the door and opened it slightly. There stood a young woman soaked to the skin, carrying a small baby wrapped in faded Ankara cloth. Her eyes were wild, pleading. "Please," the woman whispered. "They're after me. I don't have anywhere else to go." Against her instincts, but not her heart, Ifeoma let her in. Mrs. Ifeoma was a retired headmistress, stern but kind, the kind of woman who taught generations and still had stacks of student thank you letters in her drawer. She lived alone, ever since her only daughter, Adaora, had died in a mysterious fire 5 years ago. The woman introduced herself as Nkechi, said she'd been a housemaid in the city, said she had escaped an abusive boss, said her baby hadn't eaten in 2 days. Ifeoma's heart cracked open. She offered them food, a towel, a room. The baby, named Chimaka, clung to her with quiet eyes and a strange calm. What started as one night stretched into many. Nkechi scrubbed floors without being asked, cooked soup from scratch, bathed Ifeoma's tired feet with water she had boiled herself. She even sang lullabies that felt hauntingly familiar. But strange things began to happen. One morning, Ifeoma found a letter slid under her front door. No stamp, no signature, just one sentence written in shaky, childish handwriting. Tell the truth. She deserves to know. Then there was the photo she found in the bottom of a forgotten drawer. Her late daughter, Adaora, young and glowing, holding a baby. The child had a small birthmark beneath her left eye, the exact same as Chimaka. That evening, thunder cracked outside. Ifeoma faced the young woman in the kitchen. "Who are you, really?" Nkechi's hands trembled as she set down a cup of tea. Her voice was barely a whisper. "I am Adaora's daughter, your granddaughter." The cup slipped from Ifeoma's hands and shattered on the floor. "Adaora is dead. She didn't die in the fire," Nkechi said. "She ran. She was pregnant. She was scared of what you'd think. She changed her name, lived quietly. She died of cancer 2 years ago. But before she passed, she told me to find you." Ifeoma broke. Years of grief poured out like a flood. She embraced the girl, embraced the baby, and for the first time in years, joy returned to her home. But joy has a short fuse when truth still hides. The next day, a strange man came, wore a dark suit, carried a file, introduced himself as a private investigator. "Ma, I'm sorry to disturb you. I believe a young woman recently came to your house. Her real name is Uloma, not Nkechi." Ifeoma's heart pounded. She's wanted in 3 states for posing as long-lost relatives, targets widows, grieving families, gains their trust, steals from them. She's done this before. Ifeoma's hands began to shake. But the baby, the photo. The man opened the file. Inside was the same photo Ifeoma had found, but this time it had a date stamp. "This photo is real. It was your daughter, and this child," he tapped the image of the baby, "is your granddaughter." Confusion flooded her. "Then, who was that woman?" He paused. "We don't know, but she didn't steal anything. She brought you back what you lost." When Ifeoma rushed to the guest room, it was empty. The clothes, the slippers, the baby, gone. Only the photo remained, now placed carefully on her table. Weeks passed. Then a call came from social services in another state. A child had been left at a church doorstep with a note. "Her name is Chimaka. She belongs to her grandmother, Ifeoma." DNA confirmed it. The baby was Adaora's child. Ifeoma adopted her legally. As for Uloma, the mysterious woman, she was never seen again. On her porch, rocking little Chimaka to sleep, Ifeoma sometimes wondered, was she really a con woman? Or an angel in disguise? No one knows for sure. But one thing was certain. She came with a lie and left behind a miracle.